Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale, and I did it! I got 12 wins using my clanmate Kevin's deck here. You can see it on the left. We'll review the deck today and hopefully give you guys the tips that you need to get 12 wins if you haven't gotten them yet. Now remember guys, you can use all the cards inside the game, so it's not we don't have to worry for once in our life. We don't have to worry about giving legendary substitutions. So have any of you guys unlocked the Mega Knight yet? I waited to unlock him for you guys so I can share this glorious moment. Very nice. I do think he's a really strong card, although the P.E.K.K.A. does obviously hard counter him. So this challenge early on is looking like P.E.K.K.A. versus Mega Knight in almost every battle. This deck, the deck that we're going to be sharing, obviously also has P.E.K.K.A. Now let me share you really quickly as I open this chest. I just want to share my how long it took me basically. So what happened was I started the day with 11 in 0, 11 and 0, and then I went 0 and 3. That was using the hog deck that I shared in my last video. Oh man, I'll take the expos in this. Not awful, not a pretty bad chest, but not too awful. Let me go ahead and start by showing the 12-win replay here. So let's watch this one. My only loss, by the way, was my friend Dan called me. So Dan, shame on you, buddy. No, shame on me for not turning off notifications. I was actually playing on my phone in the car at the gym, after the gym. So yeah, that was my morning. I wanted to get it, get it out of the way early this time. So anyway, I went 11 and 0 and then 0 and 3. Boy, did I tilt. After that, I went like 2 and 3 because I was so on tilt from going 0 and 3 at the end of the 12. Then I went 10 and 3 with a hog deck, and then I started fresh with this deck that my clanmate Kevin was using. I went easy. It would have been 12 and 0. I know everybody says that, but I'll even show the replay if you guys want me. Well, how am I going to know if you guys want me to or not? I'll show the replay at the end of the video where I lost reception just for proof. But either way, guys, you can see this is a really strong deck. So let's talk about the deck a little bit, and then I'll do play-by-plays on more replays after this. Hopefully give you guys all the tips that you need to get the 12 wins and unlock the Mega Knight for yourselves if you haven't already. If you have, be sure to share the decks and tips on your own in the comments. Help out your fellow subscribers, guys. So here we go. It's all about pumping with this deck, just like you would play a normal like Golem Beatdown deck or Three Musketeer deck, where you're focusing on pumping and protecting the pumps. You have to, have the tenacity, the fortitude. The discipline is the word I'm looking for. The discipline to resist going all in instead of pumping in the first 2 minutes. Let me give you an example. I know I have a 1 or 2 elixir lead, and I know I have pump right there in my cards. It's tempting sometimes to just totally bum rush the opponent. I would much rather, before the double elixir time, I would much rather get that second or third pump. A lot of my matches went into overtime. A lot of them did. So what I did was, even into overtime, if I knew it was going to be a very close match, as soon as I had any sort of an elixir advantage, I would opt to pump, and I think that happens in this match here, maybe. Yeah, it does happen in this match. This is a great example of, you're going to see me, instead of going all in certain occasions, I'm going to pump up over here. So again, I'm going to pump up whenever I have the opportunity, and eventually, when I know I have a 2 or even 3 pump lead over my opponent, I'll just start spamming, bridge spam, because I know there's no way he can keep up with my elixir. Now, because we're going against so many other P.E.K.K.A. decks with this deck, it's very important to remember that you're not going to be playing your P.E.K.K.A. behind the King Tower. I think I might have done it once on accident in this match. I had nothing really else to play, but even if you have nothing else to play, you're better off, in my opinion, just cycling minions or something in the back, because you really want to battle. If it's going to be P.E.K.K.A. on P.E.K.K.A., you really want to make sure you're battling on your side of the arena, so you want to delay and drop a second or 2 after your opponent, or even 3 seconds. Sometimes, even if I'm at full elixir, I'll still wait 1 elixir. I'll actually lose 1 elixir just so I can make sure I'm fighting the opponent's P.E.K.K.A. on my side of the arena. And you can see here, guys, I'm pumping up again, and you can see I actually feel really good about this right now. This deck does not have any big spells, so we have to make sure we take the long road here. We're going for the 6 minutes. We'll use all the 6 minutes if we have to, guys. So here, At this point, if I'm going to go against another P.E.K.K.A, I'm definitely going to rely heavily on my Ewiz. Ewiz is so great, and then I'll use my own P.E.K.K.A as well. That was really textbook defense there against that P.E.K.K.A and Bandit coming at me in the other direction. So now this is the point, excuse me, in the match where I know I have my opponent dead to rights here. I have way too much elixir. I'm going to use my Ice Spirit and my Zap together as much as possible against minions or minion horde, or obviously just one or the other against bats. So there you go. That was the 12th win. Man, I'm pumped. I didn't get the 20 wins. I'm a noob. I got 17 twice. Ugh. I still have a bad taste in my mouth after that challenge. But let's go ahead and show one more replay against... Well, look at this, guys. It's crazy. Every deck I went against was a P.E.K.K.A deck, pretty much. Let me show one against a Hog P.E.K.K.A deck here. This was a 3-crown. I don't remember off the top of my head, even though I just did it. They all kind of blend together, guys. All right, so, of course, a good starting hand would be a hand with the pump in it. However... I'm reluctant, especially when you go later into the challenge, I'm reluctant to start out with a pump in this challenge because, man, there's just so many different decks out there that can still punish you at the bridge. So I'd much rather let my opponent make the first move, like in this replay. I let my opponent make the first move, and then I was able to actually defend that push, albeit not perfectly, but at least I didn't place the pump there, and then I would be at risk of losing the tower. So now, once I've defended my opponent here, we're even in elixir, and I know he doesn't have Hog in cycle, so at this point, I'm more comfortable pumping. I want to see what he does here. He ends up dropping the P.E.K.K.A in the back, and that's beautiful. He just made the mistake that we don't want to make, that I just warned you guys about. You don't want to drop your P.E.K.K.A in the back like that. This is perfect for me. At this point in the match, I kind of know I already have it won, honestly, because I have the pump, and I have the P.E.K.K.A already on my side of the arena. And again, guys, I just mentioned this, but I want to reiterate, same thing goes for your Mega Knight. If the opponent drops the Mega Knight behind the King Tower without you prompting them to, that's a bad move by them, a good move on you. You really, if at all possible, you want to take advantage of the Mega Knight's enter the arena ability, and you're not going to want to be playing him behind your King Tower. I can't stress that enough, guys. Do not play your Mega Knight behind your King Tower. Think of another play. He's not a traditional tank. He moves fast, so it's not like you can build up a huge push behind him as easily as you could a Golem or a Giant or even a Bowler or something like that. You really don't want to be playing the Mega Knight behind your King Tower. So here we go. Look at this. I'm pumping up again because I want to make sure I play things safe here. This is kind of a mental tip for you guys, and maybe it's really obvious, but I tend, at least me personally, I really have to get in the zone and focus if I want to do well in Clash Royale. I'm not Surgical Goblin, I'm not Colton, I'm not TMD Aaron, I'm not CMC, I'm not Pompeo. I'm not one of these best players, right, who I can just do this with my eyes closed. I really have to be in tune with what my opponent has, and I have to make sure all outside distractions are out of my head. I want to make sure that I'm aware of what my opponent has in their deck and where it is in their cycle. I don't want to play my Mega Knight if I know they have their P.E.K.K.A in cycle. So just be smart and be aware, guys. Also on the elixir pumps, I did want to mention something about this challenge specifically, is that not many people at all are carrying Rocket, so I'm actually more comfortable playing the pump behind instead of in front of my King Tower. Not a lot of Rocket and a lot of Hog Lightning, especially early on. So with all the Hog Lightning, it can provide them tremendous value. Even a Bandit or a Hog push or a Battle Ram push with Lightning after you drop that pump to start the match, that can put you in real trouble. So let's go ahead and watch the next replay here. Let's go against a... Oh boy, a balloon deck was interesting. I think I played some golem decks here. Where the heck are they? Did I play golem decks early on, or... those are the 2 losses at the end of the previous challenge. Oh no. Okay, it looks like I didn't play a golem deck with this deck. I did play a graveyard deck. That wasn't too interesting. It was a relatively easier match. Let's just go ahead and show this next win here. I mean, I'm trying to give you guys a good diversity of decks to try, but ultimately, I mean, you're seeing a lot of the same thing. Is this an indication of the new meta outside the challenge? Time will tell, but I suggest that It very well might be. I also suspect that some other decks outside the challenge will start using arrows more instead of zap, because there's going to be a lot more minion hordes and a lot more minions in play. Either that or carrying both Ice Golem, Ice Spirit, and Zap to make sure you can take care of them. So in this match here, you can see, again, I'm able to kind of stymie this push. I wish I had defended a little bit better here, but either way, he's not going to touch my tower. My Pekka is probably going to die here, but my E-Wiz is going to finish off the job on my opponent's E-Wiz here. So actually, Pekka lives, which is fine. I'm just going to let this push die. Remember, it's very early on in the game. They opt to use the Fireball, and when I saw that, I was pretty excited. I decided I would just go ahead and pump here, and I knew I had the elixir advantage because my opponent just used that previous Fireball. So here we go. At this point in the match, I just want to see what my opponent does. And they make another mistake, in my opinion. Who knows? I'm a noob, right? And that's the thing that I'm probably going to title this, like, I suck. Or, like, easy 12-win deck and I suck. Because, you know, I don't know if I really suck. A lot of you guys tell me that I'm actually decent at the game. But ultimately, I just know. I didn't get 20 wins, right? I know I'm not on that next level. So the truth of the matter is, someone who averages maybe 9 wins in a grand challenge, 8 wins, me, right? I did this relatively easy with this deck and this challenge, so I think a lot of you guys can too. Another thing I want to mention is because we're going against so many Pekka decks with this deck, you can see I make contact with that tower with a Pekka, and I already know the match is pretty much over. I did want to mention this, though. When you're going against other Pekka decks, the ideal defense, in my opinion, it depends a little bit on what cards they have. But I like playing the E-Wiz just like 3 or 4 tiles down from the center of the river in the middle of the arena, and that will prevent him from being targeted by your opponent's Musketeer or E-Wiz unless they put it right on the very edge, in which case you can respond with minions. But what that allows me to do is both target their Pekka and stay out of range of their E-Wiz with my E-Wiz. I think that, like, synergizing well defensively, the E-Wiz, the Pekka, and the minions on defense actually does really well. And sometimes you just need that big body, that extra HP, so I'm not afraid to, even if my opponent's coming at me with like a Pekka, a Bandit, an E-Wiz, and my defenses are going down slowly but surely, I'm not afraid to sacrifice, essentially, a enter the arena effect of my Mega Knight and keep my E-Wiz alive. That will actually finish off that push, even though the Pekka hard counters the Mega Knight. So again, don't be afraid to use your Mega Knight defensively to end a big push coming in the lane. Let's go ahead and do one more replay, guys, and then we'll put an end to the video. So I want to show you guys a... well, you know what? I did say I would show this weird deck here, the one that my buddy called me in, but I don't want. I'll do it at the very end here. Let's do against a minor balloon deck. This was an interesting deck here. So let's see how we start things off here. You can see my opponent's starting hand, very interesting. He has minions and minion hordes, so I don't know it yet, but he's going to use both of those cards kind of synergizing together. He's probably going to use the minions first to bait out my Zap or my Ice Spirit, and then he's going to use the Mega Minion. That's the point of a deck like that. So here he starts out with the Mega Knight in the back after I pump. So again, I'm feeling really good about this match, right, guys? I have the pump, and I know that my Mega Knight, I didn't have my Pekka in hand, but I know my Mega Knight will at least do a fairly good job at countering his Mega Knight. So an unfortunate defense there. I'm forced to zap just to kind of stall that balloon and take a little bit of HP off those minions. I play minions of my own on the balloon, and it didn't stop him from getting one hit with the balloon on my left tower there. So wasn't too happy about that, but you know, I know at this point I have the elixir lead and I have the pump still on the board. So I'm going to go ahead and pump again here, guys. He's forced to use bats, so he's continuing to defend my counter push there, which really isn't even a counter push. It's just kind of the remnants of my defense. So he has to respond to it, though. That's the good thing, because it allows me to maintain more of an elixir advantage. So at this point, I kind of know what deck he's playing here. I'm surprised... to he's playing Miner, I believe. I'm surprised he's not attacking my pumps more aggressively. Maybe he doesn't have it in cycle, or maybe I'm seeing things and he doesn't have Miner. We'll see in just a second, guys. Sorry. So here comes P.E.K.K.A here. Now, this was a rare occasion where I did play P.E.K.K.A. I know he doesn't have a P.E.K.K.A of his own. That's why I played it, and it's still probably not the best play in the world. I'm going to have to fight on his side of the arena, but I know at this point that I have a huge elixir advantage. That's why I'm more willing to do it. So here I come with the P.E.K.K.A, Mega Knight, Bandit, Minion, push, right? So no matter what he throws at me here, it's pretty much our rip tower, right? So Mega Knight and Bandit make contact with the tower, easily goes down. I'm going to go ahead and go all in here, try for the 3 crown, and I think I got it there. He does have Miner, so interesting that he didn't just more aggressively attack my pumps with the Miner. That's something you really have to do if you're playing a deck like that. Maybe he had a bad rotation. I wasn't really paying attention. Nonetheless, I did pull off the 3 crown there. So guys, wishing you a lot of luck with this deck. It worked very well for me. Another huge shout out to my clanmate Justin over in Elite Gaming for providing this deck to me. Again, guys, I don't play the deck invention game. I don't know who used this deck first, but I first found it from Justin, so that's who I love today. So let me go ahead and show you real quick in like 4 times speed, just because I said I would. We'll see this interesting deck. He has Rocket in this deck. It is a bait deck, obviously. I saw in OJ's video that you can actually counter a Goblin Barrel with the Mega Knight in 1 drop, if you will. But the problem there is that I didn't see that video until I already finished the challenge, okay? So here we go. I'm going to go all out in the right lane. Things are okay. Things are okay. Things are pretty good. I think he does have one little push here, and then the phone call happens. So as soon as you see me stop playing any troops, I think it's right around now, I believe. Yeah. Nope, P.E.K.K.A. I dropped P.E.K.K.A. And then, was that it? Here it is. Look at me. I'm like, there's the phone call, guys. See me? It comes up in a second here. 30 seconds left. Okay. Maybe it was later in the game than I thought. Gee whiz. Maybe I did have a loss. Okay, here it is. I played the E-Wiz, and that was it. See? It didn't look like it at 4 times speed, but hey, I was out of the game for like 20 seconds at the end there. Either way, maybe upon second glance, maybe he would have had me. It's really funny when I show you guys evidence that I should have been 12-0, and then it looks, I don't know, Ash. I swear, guys, I swear, I'll show you my call log. I'll show you my call log. No, I'm not going to really show you my call log because the numbers are on there. Anyway, guys, either way, we'll call it 12-1 because it certainly looked more like that time. But, guys, I hope you get 12 wins and unlock the Mega Knight. And huge shout out to my YouTube partner, Bren Chong. Huge shout out to all of you guys for watching to the very end. Really appreciate it. And, as always, take care, guys.